do that troll. I mean, troll's a little bit of a wild card.
So they have to open the second phase here. And I still think you could. I still think you could TB here, or you could just go ahead and pick your second supporter off later and show the Magnus.
Take out Tide. That's one that we've talked a lot, right? Versus the Magnus, the combo breaker. If he ever gets caught in it, he's always going to go with Ravage. I should always go with Ravage.
On the edge of our seats here, waiting to see what these teams have in store for each other.
There's the Mag partner. Oh, I'm so surprised to see that. I mean, it's just the hero was amazing before this tournament. It's 46-19 coming to this tournament. All of a sudden 4-11, and that's.
This is strong. It's Grimstroke Centaur. We've seen this combo like a million times. You also don't require mana that much. You require mana for your Hoof Stomp, but your other two abilities are 0 mana. So versus an anti-mage, you're getting hit, you just pop Retaliate and you just hit him right back. You don't really care too much.
And you know how we worried about the two supports being squishy and VP getting into the back line and throw that Stampede, get out of jail free button.
Yep, definitely. And also, I mean, Stampede versus RP.
Yep. And
if he's not caught in it, then he can go Axe.
And this is, so I would, this game, this almost has to be a Pasha Doom.
I'd imagine so. That's Roger playing Magnus.
Yeah.
Pasha playing Doom.
Are there any?
Although there are, okay, we'll talk about it if we go. There are hero picks where they might decide to switch that, but I think that's the favorite here.
On the side of Secret, are there just any things where you're like, okay, this is a problem, we need to grab this now?
That's part of the beauty of these three. Like literally the only thing you would worry about is the Grimstroke and the Rubik being so squishy, and the Centaur just, he farms so well, he's gonna get those aura, those utility items up early, he has that Stampede, and the disable to keep him up, and this is, oh my god,
TV versus AM.
Puppy, what, I mean.
Into Doom. Doom is one of the heroes we have seen that people, VP used to love playing Doom versus Terrorblade.
I mean, but that's part of, just, part of that, I think, is VP specific, right?
Yeah, VP specific.
Yeah.
VP specific.
I don't necessarily fear Doom as picking Terrorblade.
Well, you're a Crimson Guard buyer, you're the Aura buyer, and if you ever do find the TV and you Doom him.
Sure.
You're cutting out everything of his. You can't make illusions, you can't do pretty much, can't do anything.
But TV's also a natural linkage buyer.
I don't want to say one of the things I was going to say, because there's one, I think there's a bugged interaction that's happening that I'm not going to put it out there.
The juicy stuff.
Well, it's like I think that by the way is by far the best man.
Yep, it would have given them even more catch so that they could actually provide by making plays without just Centaur. Right now their playmaking is
Right, one more Ben, and then we're going to see these final heroes coming in. Completely different game of Dota. Keep in mind, folks, if Secret is able to win this, they're going straight to the grand final and send in
game planning and lock down their spot at TI. That's I mean, to me. That is the thing.
Is that 100%? If they go to the grand final right now,
I'm like 90% sure. I'm like 90% sure.
How much do they have already?
Because it'll be they'll be well over 5K.
Exactly.
I mean, again, mathematically guaranteed is a hard threshold because the mathematical guaranteed threshold is so much higher than the likely points to put you in. But for all intents and purposes, if not mathematically, they are 99.9% in.
Oh.
Okay. So, oh yeah.
That is really strong.
Yeah, that crushes. That actually crushes.
That's a really good Huskar pick. You can just kind of like soak the pressure now. So now they have this Centaur plus Huskar that run in, and you force the attention off of your Terrorblade.
And the big thing, right, is Rich. So when you used to pick Huskar, it used to be Huskar dumpstered magic damage, but was like really, really vulnerable to physical. And that's not the case anymore. Like Huskar he has this sick regen, and unless you have burst damage, you just can't kill him. And where's the burst damage?
They don't have it
on the side of VP. Like there's nothing. I mean, they have to like tinker or something here.
So you think they are completely forced into finding burst damage now?
They have to like tinker Invoker. They have to have something with huge burst.
I was thinking Invoker, but
I mean, that hero's just.
Oh, it's Invoker anti-mage. That sounds so bad. It sounds so greedy. That's the it sounds way too greedy. They need someone that does well in the lane, that won't just get run over. Because
Lina? I'm racking my brain at this point. The Pugna ban was genius, by the way.
Yeah, I like the Pugna ban.
Like that would have been.
They can't timber, can they?
Ooh.
Timber versus the 3 cores isn't bad, but it could be awkward.
Okay.
And lane probably isn't very good.
Yeah, I don't.
Is there a pick that isn't awkward for VP right now?
OD's taken out too. That was the
They
other
have
hero
such. They have. I think Secret has pretty good roam too.
They do the troll.
There's your
oh,
troll.
okay, it came out anyway. I kind of thought they might not go for it now, but they do troll and
Troll AM feels.
That's I think it's pretty decent in the lane versus Huskar. You provide.
Okay.
You have 2 Empower carriers. You have late games. You have late game that can get there too.
And you gotta help. Okay. Okay.
So we actually got the troll on and the anti-mage. So he's gonna be the one that's.
Those are 2 heroes that I would not have predicted.
So he's the space maker on the troll. He has to put
this
the pressure
series.
on.
Unbelievable.
We knew the series was going to be good. I don't think we knew the series was going to look like this at all.
Great.
Yeah.
I mean, between the level of play and the strategy, it's like, what more do you want?
It just has kind of felt like these guys, even before they got to the head-to-head matchup, have almost been in their own tournament, just waiting to play against each other. And now we're going to find out. Are we going to have a 2-0? Are we going to be sending Secret to the grand final? Are they going to be able to establish their road to TI? Are we going to bring this all the way to a 3rd game? We're going to find out right now.
Thank you, Rich. That was a lot of questions posed, and we'll find out all the answers very soon. Lacoste, my wonderful brother, we're waiting as we get ready to go into this game number 2, but do you think that Secret have what it takes to finish this one off with a 2-0?
I'm looking at their draft, and their lanes are going to be extremely strong. You have a Grimstroke and a Centaur. They don't even need to pair them up with it. They could play Rubik and the Centaur together. Huskar, one of the strongest laners. Maybe not against Troll, but if they decide to put a Terrorblade against Anti-Mage, early points in Reflection could just burn the mana.
That's the worst. On
Anti-Mage, and the Centaur, his spells don't cost any mana. If you just use Retaliate, if you use Double Edge, even if you have 0 mana, you can still use them.
I think that this is one of those things, too, where it feels like we might not know where all of the lanes are going to look out. Is there any, like, just severe outmatch that just you don't want to go into that lane as any particular hero? Or does everybody feel like they're probably going to be okay?
Like, I feel no matter what matchup Team Secret decides to put against Anti-Mage, Anti-Mage is going to have a rough time.
Okay.
And this is really greedy on side of VP this time. You have Anti-Mage and Troll, so Troll will need to be the one playing early game, so we're going to expect probably a different item build. Maybe even Anti-Mage doesn't need to go for a Battle Fury this game. We'll see. Maybe not as a first item. Depends how the game goes. I've seen Anti-Mage just going for a Vanguard. When you have a Magnus in your team, he's going to be the one empowering both Anti-Mage and Troll.
Yeah, I like that idea. And it is going to be Pasha playing the Doom, which means it's the Roger Mag. So he's more free to move around the map and actually follow that Ramses AM to just continue to enable his farm. As you said, the greediness does maybe become a little bit of a concern. Like, who is it on this team that's going to move around the map and make things happen? So often in the previous patches when we've seen VP play, they've traded off who it was that was going to be the one that was the space maker. Sometimes it was Pasha, sometimes it was no one, sometimes it was Ramses. And in this game, there's not like a clear hero. Probably Doom, but oftentimes you need some farm on that hero to get yourself going.
Doom will need to be a space maker and Troll. If Doom is going to have a good time in the laning stage, every time Doom is up, he needs to join a fight, probably smoke around and try to grab a kill. Ideally, it would be on a TB, but 2 heavy physical damage dealing heroes against a TB. Looking like a good TB game to me.
Looking like a good game to you, looking like a good game to me. We're going into it right now. And Secret heading off across the map. They have the Huskar, a hero that's seen a lot of changes recently. It is going to be played by mid 1 this time around, and I feel like this is a hero that we haven't really seen played to its nth degree yet. I think that you know, disarm, being able to just throw out that inner fire and mess things up in the middle of a team fight, it can be really effective when you have the TB in the backline just beating away at people.
Yeah, disarm is going to be great against Anti-Mage and Troll. And one thing I'm wondering, at which point when you max your strength, max strength region, 80%, if you can out-region the Doom.
Yeah, that's something we're going to have to watch. Previously, this was such a strong ability against Huskar, but not as much at least because it's not that pure damage and, you know, it's sort of mitigated by the regen that you've got coming. So we'll see how this all works out as we get ourselves set up and into the different lanes. It looks like right now Secret are trying to secure themselves the bottom rune while Doom is not showing in lane as of yet. And likewise, VP heading up to the north and going to try and make sure that they can take that one away from Zai. We'll see if he decides to move in there, but could be a little bit tough for him.
Team Secret, they want to play aggressive. They want to pressure this anti-mage with the tri-lane and have a Centaur 1 versus 1 against Doom. They're just scouting out the lanes. I'm not sure if Puppy saw Doom. And look at Ramses and Lich.
Ooh, this is really cool. They want to force Zai to TP first.
Yeah, so if he TPs, all right, so he's TPing to a top lane.
So that means there can't be a lane rotation.
Yeah.
And likewise,
but the bottom lane,
Pasha taking some damage, taking that Scorched Earth early means he won't have Devour for the early goings of this, but it keeps him alive. And then he doesn't have to TP.
Magnus level 1 with Boots of Speed adds position 4. He doesn't provide that much unless you can get a good skewer off. Already 6-7 stacks on Retaliate on this Centaur.
We'll see how he decides to use that one. Oftentimes you need the hoof stomp if you want to force a kill, but you can even just sort of harass away and punch people. As Nisha, underneath the tower, was going in with the Inkswell, but trades over aggro and then backs out.
Mid lane, Yabzor wrapping around.
Yeah, and no one feeling kind of comfortable with this. He's not really that afraid of a Rubik. Just has the Fade Bolt skilled, so he's trying to give the Huskar a little bit of a better lane at the start, it looks like.
Troll is a really strong laner because of the Whirling Axes, the range 1, 75 damage. You can pretty much always secure a range creep.
Has that skilled up now as well, Yapzor. Taking away experience from the Huskar, but it is ensuring the early goings of this one as the Inkswell is going to connect there onto Pasha. Just contesting for that pull. Wanting to make sure that Puppy can't deny out too much experience. And still, Yapzor just sitting mid here.
He wants to check the rune, grab it, and they'll probably go top. I think they need to pressure this anti-mage with one more hero. You can't just leave him to have a free farm in the lane.
It is an illusion rune that spawns bottom as Ramses is continuing to have a free time there, although it does look like Zai is going to be able to go for some denies here. And well, trading a lot of hits. Zai very far forward, wants to man up against Ramses, but he can't do it. Too much damage. You're stunned.
Yeah, that's. I'm just thinking that's really not good. I think they need to bring more heroes to pressure this anti-mage. They are running a tri-lane. Roger, Shockwave level 1. Bottom lane though.
Nisha almost goes down there. Pasha, he's going to take a lot of damage here, and the illusion actually ends up dying, and the Inkswell chasing forward for more, but Pasha, knowing his limits, just backs out afterwards.
He's manning up 1 versus 2, and that's a Grimstroke plus a Terrorblade with meta up.
Pasha, out of mana though at this point, does still have that Mango. They bring solo mid to try and mess with mid 1, but still the Huskar is having a pretty good time for himself. 13-2 versus the 12-4, and both of the carries also relatively on even terms. Just feels like the big difference maker is going to be Centaur a little bit ahead of that Doom.
Yes. TB with 11 denies, anti-mage 8. That's a lot of gold for them. Centaur going for 1 point in Hoof Stomp, 2 in a Retaliate. I expect him to max out Retaliate and get double edge after. Oh, look at this damage.
Good, just down there. Going for those hits as well, and yeah, that's no one taking a good bit there in the mid. So 4 minutes in, gonna have some more rune control coming in from Team Secret as Yapzor is sitting around that mid lane. No one's just gonna pop the salve, get a tango going, and then head back over there. But it does start to become a little bit scarier playing against this Huskar when he gets these levels.
Oh yeah, he's still saving a point for Inner Fire if needed.
Oh, nice job moving forward and getting that blind off. And as soon as that happens, Huskar can't move any further forward.
And he naturally builds into Heaven's Halberd to have 2 ways of disarming them. Pasha so far doing a good job on bottom, getting the XP, also sitting on 7 CS, not too bad considering what he's playing against.
On the other side, Zai in some trouble, but as soon as his mana's gone, it's not as much damage being dealt. But yeah, it's been a really good job of Pasha playing around that Inkswell, making sure he doesn't get stunned by it and then just beaten down by the Metamorphosis.
Yeah, he tried to play aggressive, force Puppey to use Inkswell. Let's see. Oh, snipe.
Well played by Puppey.
And he's going to get both runes.
Yeah, Psar gives him the tip. Very happy with what his captain is doing there.
And sometimes just the tip is good enough.
Just going to slide right by that one. And it looks like the bounty runes are going to go 2 apiece there.
Mid lane, pretty even. Almost exact same CS and amount of denies.
Oh, Metamorphosis popped. Pasha running away from there. Cannot stay when there's a couple of those illusions just beaten into him. I do like that Thunderclap being taken. Having that Swiftness aura just to make sure that he can create that little bit of separation. But now Puppey blocking his path and the Inkswell there. Pasha is finally going to be punished for playing so far forward.
Yeah, and I like build on Puppey. He put 2 points in Inkswell. He does not need the Phantom Embrace in this lane. He just wants to stun Doom as long as possible so Terrorblade can deal damage, especially when there's Metamorphosis up.
Secret again, feeling pretty good about themselves. Yapstar's picked up a DD, and they're going to pull Zai in a little bit closer here. Wasn't able to get off any type of a hoof stomp or anything after popping that, and so it's going to end up falling at the stick charges, but wasn't enough. So yeah, you can see that in spite of those deaths, though, he's still having, I feel like, a little bit of a better time than that Doom. He's a couple hundred gold ahead of him, and CS pretty significantly.
And yeah, he's a level ahead of him, and he brings so much more to the table once he hits level 6 because you can make a one more hit.
Oh my god, retaliate!
Oh wow, he solo kills him. Was actually did Rubik cast a spell? Yeah, he did.
Rubik pulled him in closer earlier, but
I was just picking my nose, sorry.
No problem. No one walks forward. The Sinister Gaze pulls him in closer. Now the Inner Fire to walk away. Disarmed. Mid one still lives through this. All the region in the world, but it will eventually come at the cost of this Troll's life. Mid one, he does burn down. It looks like Ramses wasn't able to finish off Puppey.
I love this spell. Can't die. How does someone think of that? Like, what if you have a spell can't lose?
That's the real spell.
That's the opposite of Team Secret sponsor. You win, right?
Yulin can't lose. It's kind of the same, you know?
Depends who's on the opposite side.
That's
Rubik
true.
already having Arcane Boots, level 4. He's going to be left mid a bit to get some XP, get himself to level 6. There are plenty of good spells to steal this game.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about the Grimstroke once he has level 6. Rubik's Lift, Fade Bolt, double edge. I guess that's Quadro Edge.
Quadro Edge. It's so much damage. I mean, granted, it has been changed around a lot, and I guess that the other thing is Zai hasn't even skilled it yet. So, no Quadro Edge yet. Smoke up from 3 of Secret. The Terrorblade's going to just go back to farming, but mid one has the haste rune and wants to make something happen in this mid lane where no one is going to be farming away. They should spot him out here. Puppey can open up with this if they want with the Inkswell. The chase forward. Phantom Embrace is already there. The Stampede follow-up, and Troll wants to cast his ulti. No one looking like he's going to die. The Inner Fire comes out, and they manage to take him down. And now Pasha also pretty far forward. Won't be punished this time, though, as it looks like Puppey is the one on his retreat, trying to run away from them. Solo, they move in. They have the hit as well. Pasha with that Frost Armor on top of him. Looks like he will kill off Puppey, and mid one not wanting to fully commit for this one. Just backs away.
Yeah, very nice spell casting from Team Secret. Just keep Troll stunned enough so he can't pop the Battle Trance and not die.
Down bottom now, the beneficiary of all of this has been Nisha. He's pretty much been able to do whatever he wants.
And I love the item build on Anti-Mage. Vlad's first item, I mentioned a Vanguard, but you're not forced to get a Battle Fury since you have a Mag position 4, and it's quite a difference, Mag position 4 and position 3. Hype it up, Gabe. Just kidding, fake hype.
Always fake hype. It's no real hype here. 4 to 5. That's the thing, right? Is that it does feel like this is the type of game. Like, we haven't seen Vlad's on the carries all that much, but it seems like it could be a pretty good game for it. Mainly just the PAs. Treads there as well. Zai tanking the tower, as Centaurs want to do. And at this 10-minute mark, Nisha walks in, has the Sunder, turns it back around there, and wants to kill off this troll. But they've already taken off the Phantom Embrace, and well, mid one chasing still has the Battle Trance if he wants to pop it. Solo's also in position with the Frost Blast. We're just using the Sinister Gaze. They take down Puppey.
Yeah, sadly, Zai did not have full charges on Retaliate. That would definitely be the death of Anti-Mage, and this Vlad's plus double raid band magic one, giving him a lot of agility and armor, so he's kind of immune to physical damage. When I say immune, I mean taking less.
That's pretty good. I like that one. And look at this. The Rubik also stealing Devour. This Yapzor doesn't want to play greedy enough. He gets to just sit around there. Now has 16 HP regen while digesting a delicious creep, as the tooltip says.
And Roger, brown boots, heading into a Blink Dagger. I love this. He has enough gold to get it. He was stacking a little bit for Anti-Mage, so that's where he got his gold.
That's really cool. Getting the bonus gold.
Yeah, and after that, you have your way to initiate the fight. So that's going to be a good timing on a Blink Dagger.
Stampede comes out, which allows Yapzor to escape from that gank. Did have his bonus regen going from the Devour while it was happening. Well, it's still been kind of a slow-paced one, a little bit faster than last time. But Secret with the slight edge in these early goings, as Nisha has popped the Metamorphosis and wants to push for this tier 1 tower in the bottom lane.
VP should try to smoke, all right, Mag has 2, and grab a kill on a TB. Because they for sure not expect Mag to have a blink at this point.
Nisha smoked up. The Mag is smoked as well.
Oh man, Secret reading the map really well, instantly backing out.
Oh, Puppey! Feels Roger, his smoke is broken. They're going to get the skewer back in, but Puppey is just going to find the stun, and that's the Magnus Blink reveal. Nothing doing.
He's fine. He's just going to regen Doom. What does our boy Doom have? Pretty much nothing. Phase boots. Yeah, that's a bracer. That's good. Whenever the game is not going well for you, buy a bracer. It's such a good item.
Wise words.
Centaur's getting close to his Blink Dagger. That's going to be, we want to fight from Team Secret.
And they do have it completed now. It's going to be brought out on the courier, has a Vanguard queued up next. And Pasha runs into the woods there, runs into Puppey, the Inkswell. It's going to connect, and now mid one shows up as well. They have vision. Don't want to fully commit as they don't know where that Mag is. He's there with the Blink Dagger. Blink RP could be coming out in just a second. They're waiting for their initiation coming. Yapzor also reviews himself. The skewer, the pullback in, RP is there, and now the Chain Frost follow-up. But Rubik able to steal it away. Is he going to be able to turn this back around with an RP? No, he just dies.
He did not have enough mana. Anti-Mage burned all of his mana.
Big plays coming from VP, who do not want to drop down to the lower bracket and actually just canceled 2 of their TPs.
Timing on side of Team Secret items was a little bit off. Centaur had his Blink Dagger, but TB had no meta ready, so they could not group up and fight. And the VP, after that failed smoke, they couldn't get a kill. They managed to use one more smoke. And get themselves a good fight. Anti-Mage, Power Treads, and seems like he's building into a Mantis. I love this build.
I don't know about you, but the Huskar has felt a little bit ineffectual through these early stages of the game. Hasn't really been able to do the much on mid one.
I mean, Huskar is a hero that loves the snowball. You get a Roche, but it's not that easy against the VP's lineup. Now, you need to take a fight before you can take a Roche. Considering that Magnus has a Blink Dagger now, and there's always a threat from a Chain Frost in the pit.
Yeah, the effectiveness of this support in this game is absolutely insane. And, well, Centaur wants to make up for it, revealing his own Blink Dagger there. Needs another hit, another couple ones. Finds him as the skewer was going out, and Centaur gets the kill.
5 hits, he's dead.
Ring around the rosy. See you later. Zai making it happen.
Yeah, we didn't talk about TB. The man's just casually jungling. He didn't get the lane that he wanted. This is like your classic pub. You're forced to go bottom lane, then he refuses to play, go to jungle. Look at this.
Yeah. Down there for a long time. Oh, the jump in. This Inkswell, is it going to combo together beautifully? They have the telekinesis landing. The Chain Frost trying to turn it back around. The inner fire, do they find a kill? Yes, they take down Ramses, and now looking to kill off this Troll Warlord as well. Silenced, but he gets the TP out.
That's a big kill, and they're going to grab how many runes inside of Secret? Only 1.
The other thing to keep in mind here is Rubik just finished off a Blink Dagger. So the mobility coming from Team Secret is pretty insane right now.
They have meta ready. They need to go for this objective. Mid tower needs to fall down. Anti-Mage is going to be out in 10 seconds. Mag has Blink RP.
He's looking from the back lines, trying to run in there and create a little bit of chaos. The RP pulls back onto 2, but able to steal only Shockwave away. Nice play coming already from VP. Can they find any more? The Sinister Gaze pulls him back in onto Puppey. Looks like he too will fall in just a second as they chase down the Grimstroke.
Yeah, that's a tier 1 tower plus a Roche. Anti-Mage, they have a Vlad, just want to get Empower, and I'm not sure if they can fight 20 seconds until Grimstroke is out. They're going to have a lot of damage with this Vlad's plus Empower on two heroes.
Heads up play there from Roger as well, getting that skewer off. He knew that Rubik was in the area, so looks like that Aegis, as you said, going to Virtus.pro.
What an execution of the spells from VP. They need to be more careful about RP. Still, TB, 0 deaths, 0-1, 0-1-1 on top of the net worth, 1,000 ahead of Anti-Mage.
And that is something else to talk about, is if you get to these later stages, 1 or 2 seconds of disable and then a reflection onto Ramses, his mana is going to be in a really bad way. That's a hero that can't afford to be mana burned.
Yeah, he needs that Manta style. Already has Yasha and will need to save it after the reflection to get rid of it.
VP taking this tier 1 tower. Secret have the tools to fight if they want to. Manta is finished for Nisha, but doesn't look like he wants to set up as of yet. Maybe Secret can make something else happen. The rest of these heroes moving up towards the north, and Stampede looking, trying to find Ramses. He's just running away. Reflection is there. The Phantom Embrace will to stay alive for the moment, but they've got him caught. And Aegis is down. Now, do they have any more follow-up? The rest of Virtus.pro is trying to show up to this one as well as they're coming in from the north side. Roger moves into position, but now Soulbinded to 2. He wasn't able to get out of there.
He had no RP ready. If I saw this correctly, Grimstroke uses Phantom, and Anti-Mage uses his Spell Shield, and it goes back to Grimstroke, which means if he kills it, he has it again, because it bounced.
Well, regardless, it is going to be now tier 1 tower taken, and Secret back to kind of controlling this one. That Aegis did not last long at all.
I think they need more items. This Troll definitely needs a BKB. He's getting closer, 600 gold away from it, and they need a good RP to win a fight. Doom still has no way to initiate a fight. It's just building toward these team fighting items. Has Crimson Guard queued up to mitigate some of the physical damage coming out from TB.
DD Rune is going to spawn up there. Terrorblade is just such a scary hero to face off against right now. And, well, they found themselves another one here as Doom starts to fall very rapidly. And Pasha, tipped by the inner fire, mid one jumps in. They throw the RP. It's only onto 1, but that is going to be a dead mid one. Now they stole RP. Yapzor might end up using it here to just try and escape in a second if he can get out of there in time. RP used, trying to run, but no one kills him while simultaneously stunned.
Sadly for them, he did not manage to get out of that fight, Puppy.
Oh, Inkswell onto the illusion. Starts to hit here onto the Lich. Taking a lot of damage from that illusion. They pull back into Puppy. Secret have kind of been throwing their lives away one by one here, but it looks like they will not be able to go any further forward.
That's a full BKB, 10-second duration on Troll. Anti-Mage really short of 300 gold short of getting that Manta style. That's going to be huge. They see Huskar TPing.
Right on top of Ramses. And Feared, Sinister Gaze pulls him back in. He is going to get the inner fire off, runs to the shrine, tries to tank away from that Chain Frost, moving off to the other angle, but he's just gone. And now they pull him back in yet again. They kill off Puppy. And the Secret are just kind of losing themselves one by one here. They're going to buy back, but the big hoof stomp, it's on to 3. The reflection is out as well onto all of them. No one trying to run away to the north while Solo separates from the south, and they're also trying to take down Doom over to the side. Zai deciding to run away to the other angle, and Pasha going to be chased here by both Puppy and Nisha. They have the Inkswell. There's going to be the chase that they needed, and Doom will get caught and eventually killed off. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, ends up looking like it's going to be all for naught. So kind of an awkward engagement again, and the buyback coming from Puppy.
Yeah, no deaths on this TB so far. He's level 15, so means extra 250 HP and is building towards Butterfly. That's going to mitigate a ton of the damage from these two heavy right clickers on side of Virtus.pro.
We do sort of see one of the problems right there, though, that Anti-Mage can sometimes be an answer to Terrorblade, at least burning through his mana, if they can burst him down in time. But they do have the Arcanes on Rubik, which might be one of the ways that you can get a Sunder off, even if the mana is all burned. Speaking of Rubik, Yapsor, first component of the Aghanims, and also has Blink stolen for a little while.
Yeah, with the Blink stolen, they have a really nice catch if Virtus.pro decides to fall back. But Virtus.pro is relying so much on winning a team fight if they land a good RP. If there's no good RP, I'm not sure if they can win this team fight. This Terrorblade is thick right now. Look at him. Full Butterfly.
That's really scary. So if you're Virtus.pro, how do you need to take this fight then? What's like the key hero that you focus on, or is there really one?
If they can try to get, let's say, a Doom on either a Centaur, so he can't pop the ulti and they run away because Virtus.pro kind of lacks catch, or if you're just going to go all in on a Terrorblade, then you need to commit either RP or Sinister Gaze to keep him in place, so Centaur can't use his ulti.
Okay. So that Crimson Guard is finished for Centaur. More ways to try and make the team tanky, and simultaneously, Doom finishes off his. DD's still there for Huskar. Has kind of just been the one to run in at the start of these fights, but with the Halberd now, it also does provide a decent amount of utility.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of disarm duration. And look at the wards from Team Secret. 4 wards on their side of the map and just 1 ward on the opposite one, which means they can't play that aggressive.
And mid one again, the person in front of a 4-person smoke. Anti-Mage is in the top lane. And it looks like they do spot out Nisha here. Meanwhile, the smoke coming from the other side of Secret. Mid one could be jumping on these heroes in a second, as no one is going to back out, realizing that there might be more heroes in this area. Secret thinking about chasing, wanting to find them. They have the illusions from that Terrorblade that are scouting the way out as well. They spot Solo.
They know.
Yeah, everybody should know right now. Mid one, he's jumped on, lifted right from the start. Can they have the follow-up jump? Ramses wants to find the backline, has been able to get a Puppy. The reflection has already turned though, and can they blow up these heroes in time? They've already popped the battle chance, living through it for the moment. Pasha, the RP, it connects already. Can they take them all down? Ramses is still alive throughout all of this and going to chase down any of these heroes. Mid one has been left for dead. They've already lost Nisha, they've already lost Puppy, and now with that Huskar dead as well, VP take the fight soundly.
That's not how you want to start a fight. Team Secret uses Centaur ulti. They don't kill anyone. Even though there was a nice dodge coming out from TB to dodge Lich ulti, they were way too deep. And Doom knows that there's no Centaur ulti, so his primary target is TB. Doom used on him, he can't fight anymore. And also they committed RP just to lock him down in place. Roche may respawn in 30 seconds.
Here's the other thing that's really cool about this Doom build as an answer for Terrorblade is, you know, once you start summoning those illusions, you can also just go for the War Stomp afterwards. Just taking over that Centaur creep. And he's on top of the Terrorblade. It's going to be incredibly hard for Secret to fight.
Oh yeah, suddenly Troll on top of Network Chart. Level 19. Once you get that level 20, extra 50 damage, that's going to be huge. And full MKB completed right after Butterfly on TB. It's going to be tough for Team Secret right now. They need to either save the Centaur ulti to run away or engage and try to get a kill on Doom before he pops it.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you talk about it, and it was a strong timing for Team Secret earlier, but now they're in kind of an awkward spot, and they are going to jump onto this Doom from the get-go. Still very survivable with this Crimson Guard, and he's not dying quickly through all of this. They find the secondary Stomp still alive, but the Chain Frost bouncing back and forth and already focusing down another. They have the Sinister Gaze pull back in. Battle Trance Chase and Yapzor just trying to run. Ramses has his eyes on the prize, and Puppey trying to kill him off as well, and Nisha just has to run the heck away to the other side of the map. VP baited it beautifully.
Yeah, they fought without Terrorblade, and Roche is going to spawn in 16 seconds. That's a really good spawn time for Virtus.pro. There's no way Team Secret contests this. And now you're going to face a problem where Virtus.pro is going to start split pushing. Anti-Mage almost has Butterfly completed with Empower Troll. It's looking rough for Team Secret right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a series 25 minutes in. It's an 8,000 gold lead. All of the tier 2 towers are starting to be constricted in, except for up top where Nisha's trying to get some split push going. But in the meantime, VP is pushing the high ground.
And Troll is going into Roche pits. No Empower, it just went out. They need a Vlad's.
Time to report Roger. Come on, dude. Get that Empower on me. Yeah, Ramses has basically been able to inhabit that top net worth spot, trading off between him and Troll Warlord. No one having a very good game.
It took them so long to kill this Doom. Crimson Guard coming through. Look at him.
And the
17 armor when he's near the tower.
Obviously also having that bonus regen coming from Devour can make all the difference in the world. So now trying to set up for themselves. They take down those couple of objectives. Weren't able to secure themselves Roche, but it does look like VP is at least willing to walk into the pit now. See what's happening next.
This is going down so quickly.
I mean, it's an impossibility to come and contest it. It happens too quick. And Aegis onto the Troll. Cheese for the AM.
When he's empowered, he almost has more than 350 damage on side of Troll with Ensnare chance as well, plus MKB proc, 100 magical damage.
Oh. It's a dangerous game, and you did talk about the ability to go for the disarm and other things like that, but the problem is you have a BKB done on the Troll Warlord, but
they have ways to dispel it
first.
With the Manta style, with the BKB.
9,000 net worth lead for Virtus.pro, 22-13.
Team Secret, they're not in control. They need to take control of enemy jungle. Right now, they lack wards as well, only 2 wards.
Controlling this bottom side of the map. You step forward too far from Secret and you might just get skewered or just solo RP'd at this point, honestly.
I mean, you
like
still
don't even need it.
You still have a TB, and you still have a Rubik. If he steals a good RP, they could easily turn things around. Maybe not now, considering that they have a Cheese and Aegis.
Right.
So maybe try to dodge the fights, but Virtus.pro, they know that they're stronger, and then they're going to go for a high ground.
In the meantime, mid one is going to try and cut creep waves. Slow this down to whatever potential they're able to, as it looks like no one focusing down this melee barracks. They do have the RP upon TPing in, and now able to steal that one away. Yapzor with the beginnings of a plays. Is this the beginning of something big for Team Secret? They kill off Roger.
Can they chase? Centaur ulti off cooldown?
They're thinking about it. Moving in, they've got Nisha Illusion scouting ahead of them, but it's a bit too scary, and so they aren't going to be able to chase it down. But this is RP stolen.
It was nicely done by Roger, hiding with his friend Chappie under Shadow Amulet. Good RP, but no follow-up.
And also now you have a Rubik who's got an Aghanim Scepter completed on the Courier. Does look like it's also going to be a Ghost Scepter being brought out for Puppy, so he has ways to stay alive in these fights as well. It's still 10,000 net worth lead.
More than 3 minutes on this RP, so they want to fight right now. Terrorblade kind of running low on mana though.
Nisha is bringing out those clarities on the Courier, which is one downside to it. It's a BKB done for Anti-Mage as well. And that is the full Aghanims. It's also going to be that clarity being brought over for the Terrorblade. He needs to get himself back up to full. And Secret, that DD spawning, I mean, it's kind of hard to do anything, like you said, but it does look like they're going to smoke up. And
problem for Team Secret is they have a support Huskar right now. He's on the bottom side of a net worth, level 15. No item progression. This hero does not farm quickly. You just want to keep fighting with that hero. Grab the hero kills.
Lift up there from Yapzor. The stomp to follow it up as well. They have the DD coming out now from Nisha, the Chain Frost. Bouncing a little bit back and forth, and they're able to steal the RP, trying to catch on to two of these heroes. Nisha, can he do the damage they need to? He decides to turn it back around with the Sunder. Not what you would have wanted. He just goes down. Secret, that was tragic. Puppy is going to be controlled. They do have that Ghost Scepter out, but already with 3 dead, looks like he too might fall in just a second or two here as Ramses has him in his sight. 4 done.
Yeah, this is looking like a game for Virtus.pro. Not the best spell casting coming out from Team Secret. There's still Aegis on Troll Warlord for the next 50 seconds. And the Anti-Mage, I think, yeah, there's still cheese on AM as well.
31 minutes and buybacks are coming galore. The Lich bought back as well. He wants to get into this fray. How do you even take this fight at this point to have the Ink Swell? But the turnaround came immediately from that Doom. It's a long duration stun, but there is no follow-up. And the 3-person RP able to catch on to all of them with the skewer follow-up. This one is over. My goodness gracious me, oh my, VP.
That's it.
Owning.
When it's time to call it, it's time to call it. They're going to play against either Mega Crypts or they can just finish the game.
Goes forward yet again, and the Sinister Gaze pulls in the Huskar to the waiting arms of Virtus.pro, who will gladly accept the hug. This is going to be a buyback from the Huskar. They have Nisha, but these tier 4 towers are being assaulted, and are they actually going to be able to force them back here? Okay, no one chasing forward. Ramses, also in the middle of all of them, has that BKB pop. Nisha wanting to fight, but they turn their sights onto this Terrorblade, who hits the deck. And with that, it is indeed going to be GG.
A huge mana void in the end to finish off the TB. Their Team Secret's positioning was not on point this game. They seemed a bit lost, and this Huskar pick, it did not work well.
No, it was a very tough one indeed, but it is going to be a game number 3. And what more could you want from this upper bracket matchup? These two teams faced off against each other in the last major. And it is looking like it's going to be another series that's going the distance in the best possible way. Secret looking for a little bit of redemption. VP looking to put their seal on their spot at TI. Lacoste, I mean, going into this game number 3, just real quickly, do you feel like one team has the edge over the other?
Nah, it's just the best of one right now, and whoever takes it goes to grand finals. I mean, we expected this to go to game number 3, both teams equally skilled, and it's just a pleasure to watch. Even though there was some mistakes, I gotta give credit to Solo, man. 9-1-20 on Lich.
When was the last time you saw that?
Well, when I played it a couple of days
Get
ago.
the heck out of here. All right. We're gonna go to a break, but stick around, everybody. Game number 3, back in a sec.